Greetings, citizens of the internet, and welcome to the first episode of Raven Mad, the show where I, the exceedingly intelligent and discerning Mr. Featherbottoms, tells you what's ruffling my feathers this week. Commentary! Today, my fine feathered and non-feathered friends, we need to talk about paper. Specifically, too much paper. Behold this monstrosity. This is what the ballot looked like in the Carleton riding of Canada during the recent and current Canadian federal election. A ballot, you know, that important piece of paper where grown-ups humans mark an X to choose who will represent them. Now, normally, a ballot has a reasonable number of names. 3, 4, 5, 6. Serious contenders. People who actually want to represent the people. But look at this. It's longer than a winter night. Longer than my list of grievances with squirrels. And especially chickens. I do not like chickens. Why? Because it was crammed with so many candidates. So very many. And let's be honest, some of these candidates, well, let's just say they weren't exactly aiming to be the next prime minister. More like prime pranksters. People running just to make a silly point or get their name out there. Or maybe they just like seeing their name printed on things. It is insanity, I tell you. Now, some of you might be thinking, Mr. Featherbottoms, what's the big deal? More choice is good, right? Wrong! Or at least wrong in this way. Because this is not about choice. It's about waste and disrespect. Let us start with the trees, my most beloved trees. Now, let's do some Raven-level mathematics. Squawkulations, if you will. A normal election uses up 10 trees worth of paper to make the ballots. 10! That is a large number. But it is considered to be a worthwhile sacrifice to help with the democratic process. However, in this Carleton riding, they needed a ballot so long that it did not take up 10 trees. It took up 18 times that. 180 trees approximately. That is horrible. That is habitat destruction and not acceptable by any stretch of the imagination. We must end this lunacy. Democracy is an amazing idea where the people get to choose their leaders. It's a big deal, a huge deal. Countries have fought for it. People have worked hard to protect it. And voting is a serious responsibility. And when you clutter up the ballot, the official tool of democracy that people have sacrificed for, with names that aren't serious about governing, it is most disrespectful. Think of this, especially children and students out there. Imagine you're taking an important test at school, the kind that decides your future, and the teacher hands out the test. But besides the real questions, there's silly jokes mixed in with like, what color is a square? Or do penguins wear pajamas? It wastes your time. It makes it harder to focus on the real task. And it makes the whole important test feel downright silly. So, why do we not want this super long ballot filled with joke candidates during an election? It's confusing. It makes it harder to find for voters the candidates that really, truly want to represent them. It's wasteful. 180 trees of waste. Whole forests destroyed because some people are abusing the system and disrespecting our democracy. And it mocks the process. Citizenship is not a joke. It is a privilege, a right for our generation and future generations. Running for office should mean you genuinely want to serve the people and make things better. Not just that you paid a deposit to get your wacky name on a piece of paper that costs precious trees. But of course, I never complain without having a reasonable solution. The solution, my friends? A debate! Everyone on the ballot for each riding should have to show up in person to attend a debate. This will eliminate those ne'er-do-wells from far off and ensure only candidates who truly want to give their all and represent each riding are on the ballot. No debate, no ballot! Besides, if you think you have the courage to represent the people, you should have the courage to have them listen to you debate your ideas with the other real candidates. So, What's the takeaway from Mr. Featherbottoms today? Elections are important and must be respected. Trees are vital to both birds and humans, and using one wastefully to disrespect the other, that, my friends, should make all of us raving mad. That is all for this week's Raven Mad. Until next time, keep your wits sharp and your nesting materials biodegradable.